Google, and then we'll wait to see if Dr. Easterday gets here or not.
Sorry, Scott, I called him and I didn't get a response.
No worries. Kendall's here too. Hi, everyone. Again, I'm Scott Corgatelli. If you don't have my phone number, I just put it, and I will pin it in the chat, and then you can just add, this is my work phone number. Some of you have my personal just because you're my kids, like I raised you. No, I don't know. Some of you I've known for a lot longer in my family, so that you might have my personal number, but this is my work one. If you want to add that to your phones, that'd be great. You can text me and say, this is so-and-so, so I know who it is. I'm going to share with you guys a few Google tools. Oh, he's running late. It looks like Dr. Easterday just texted me back. So does anybody have any like tools that they use in Google that are kind of their things? Anybody use different Google things besides just email? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Use some emojis for me. Okay. So when you log in, this is just kind of your basic stuff. You can add different things. You can customize and stuff down here, what this looks like if you want to. And you can also customize which items are showing over on the left side, like you're adding your shortcuts or your most visited sites. You can see I have some things that are there. And when you go to my shortcuts, you can add a shortcut to certain things. Like, for example, if I want to go put a shortcut right here to Schoology, all I have to is go down to the next box, and I can type in srohs.schoology.com. And now I should be able to hit done. The shortcut already exists on mine though. And then I also put in the website for the school, which is right here. Go directly there. So anyway, you can add some shortcuts to your own page. The next thing is to know that this is the waffle. There's some things you can do. You can reorganize this. Mine will look a little different than yours. But if you have your calendar, you can move it to wherever you want it and your email wherever you want it just by clicking and dragging. You won't use Google Classroom in our school, so you can move it way out of the way. I use Gmail, Drive, Calendar, Meets, and then these other things quite often down here. You probably have sites. So if you wanted to create a site, a website specifically for one of your projects, like because you turn in projects in our school, you could create a website about a certain thing. It's really kind of user-friendly. I'll hit site right here. And hopefully it'll open up for you. You can just grab a template if you want to, or you can hit add a blank site, and you can kind of give it your own name and figure out how to work it. It's not overly complicated, but that is just one option. Another set of options that you can have access to, let's talk about your calendar. How many of you have ever used a regular calendar? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay, thanks, Parker. If you struggle with organizing yourself in this school, calendar is where I live, and mine's gonna look scary, so don't look at all the stuff. I think I even have certain things turned off now so you can't see it. But most of the time you'll have appointments on here. But if you need to organize yourself and you need to set up like when due dates and stuff for you, you can click anywhere and it'll open up this box. Say you want it on this day on the 14th at 9:30. I can change this to a task and I can say finish math topic 1 or something to that effect. And you have a little my task box and you can put it in your tasks. The cool thing about that is that it will now show up on my calendar here. And then I should have put finish math rather than a description. Or if it's something you do over and over, you can hit that repeat button here in the organize, and you can repeat it weekly on that day or every Thursday or whatever. The other cool thing is that when you get into Google stuff, it creates this little toolbar on the side, and this little checkbox can open up anywhere else, and it's your task list. So you can see under my tasks, I have finish math topic, set up Slack for domain 1 and 2. I did that already. I already did the budgets for this year. I already did new parent orientations for this year. So you can check them off, and then it'll go off of your calendar. It'll mark it off on your calendar as well. So that's nice. The other thing you can do there is like say I have an email. I can open my Gmail and see how stupid my email is. But I have an email that reminds me I need to do something. Like, for example, this updated invitation thing, which isn't real. I can go right here, see the task symbol. I can make this email a task that I have to follow up. And I can actually put a time on there. Like I want to follow up with it tomorrow. Now it'll show up on my calendar for tomorrow, update the Google invitation. I can drag it around. I can move appointments that way. Does that all make sense? Is that good stuff? How could you see using those different tools, your calendar and your tasks? You got a couple people to share out would be awesome.
Scott, I just want to echo what you say there. Like the calendar saves my life. If you guys will use your calendar, it will make your life so much easier. And plus, all appointments will show up on your calendar, so you don't miss that. So I appreciate you showing all that. That's a lifesaver.
Yeah. You'll also have your calendar that has your name, and you will have one that says Snake River Opportunities. If you don't have one that says Snake River Opportunities, it has all the stuff for the school. You'll want to email me or HALLJANI at Snake River, or your mentor, and they can add you to that calendar so you can see the whole thing. Yes, it's so much easier to have it on your phone, and then you can set up the connection directly to your Google account. Exactly. And you can get notifications. My phone tells me all the time when I'm supposed to be somewhere. So that's super helpful. Any other things that you guys think you would use your calendar for? Come on now. I got to have some ideas. This isn't like me being the Scott show all the time. Hudson just smiles and then just sits there and says nothing. Thank you. Kendall, why can't I see you today?
Because I look disheveled right now.
I'm disheveled all the time. Okay, that's okay. But I like the word disheveled. How do you guys use your calendars? Any of you set times that you're in school?
I use my calendar to remind myself to take my medicine at a certain time every day.
That's also super helpful. I always like to show people another thing. Does anybody know, can somebody direct me on how to set up an appointment with their teacher? No?
You just go to the SROHS website and find contact us, and on any person that you need to have an appointment with, you just click their booking calendar and find a day that works for you.
Exactly. Thanks, Alex. All of them are here. They probably don't have any appointments yet. I don't know why we're sharing this way. I did not avoid the infinity screen. Sorry about that. I thought I was showing. Present something else. There we go. So on the website, you can use, when all of the calendars are set up, you can click, boom, booking calendar. I'll go to Mrs. Jeb. I'm going to try Mrs. Money. She's the only one that's set up. Yep. She has 10-minute slots available, so you click on that. And she'll tell you, oh, she has at 4:30, there's a time for you if you wanted to meet with her today. You can also jump to the next week. You can see the dates that she's got available. She doesn't have a ton of time, but because she works a full-time job, but you can always set up appointments that way. Okay, let's go look at some other tools. So this is your drive. You can create all sorts of new things here, but I usually under my drive, I create a set of folders so I can keep track of my stuff. And if it will finally catch up with me, because it's super slow. You can see on this left-hand side, there's a whole bunch of different drives. It'll come up in the center now because it's finally reacting to me. Oh, it's so slow. Anyway, You can create folders for each of your classes or however you want to organize your things that you create. And I think it's better to organize, but you can always search. So like, for example, I'm going to look up some stuff from Moss, if my computer will actually let me do it. And I can spell, that's also cool. For me, I have a folder that says Moss. And this was last year's stuff. So I had like all sorts of different information about how we did Moss last year. I also like to go to like, we have shared drives that are shared with all the staff. You can do shared with me, like, so if you had something that was specifically made and then somebody emails you access to it, you can always look here. You can see I've got tons of shared stuff. Sometimes there's shared drives which you don't need to see, but I want to go look at some pictures that are some things, so I could go look around if I wanted to. I could search. Let me think of another options here. If you have a Google Meet, you can find it here.
Scott, just on
Yes,
your
sir.
drive right there.
Uh-huh.
I like to star things that I use
Oh, right.
all the time. So if you can show them how you can put a star on it, it's
Yeah,
really
let me go find
nice.
something that I want to start. I love it. Like, if it'll let me into the right drive, I'm going to go look. I've got all these folders, so it's kind of crazy. But we have Adventure Program. If you don't know about it, we go to Moss this year. And so I want you guys to be able to look at some of the adventures from last year. And I've got pics from Moss. And that's kind of but I can show different items here. And say, for example, I wanted this picture to be forever available, which I do because I like it. I'm just going to hit, I can go into here and hit organize. And so there's a bunch of things you can do. Say you put something in the wrong folder, you can move it around by clicking on move. And then you can tell it where it should live from right there. Okay. The other thing that you can do is, like Mr. Clayson was saying, you can copy it, you can rename it, you can download it to your computer. And when you hit organize, you can also make a star. So that means that's like a favorite, something you want to jump to all the time. So under my drive, if I go back to my regular drive, and I just say I log in, I just want to find a bunch of things that I have starred. I can just click this list, and this is kind of like my favorites list or bookmarks, and I can find that I have a lot of them. There's that picture saved for me to find. Hey, I know that kid right there. He happens to be here at the moment. So, yes, it's you, T-Dog. Okay. Like that smile. Check out that Cheesemo smile. Anyway. What are some other things you guys might want to do with your Google Drive? Does anybody have any other things that they like to use? Gemini's new, which I guess is an AI. So I don't know enough about it because I use a different one, but you can start a conversation with, you have to be okay with using Gemini. They'll know everything about you for the rest of your life. And then, so let's just say, hey, anybody open a class yet? Help me learn about the executive branch.
There you go.
Thinking of Mr. Clayson there. Let's see what this one. Oh, key responsibility. So it's giving me lots of information here. What do we call this kind of information? Is this deep or transfer or anybody?
Isn't it surface learning?
Yes. You can learn a lot about things, but it's not enough to know what to do with it, right? Anyway.
I usually ask for helpful links to things that explain deeper about something I'm looking up. Sorry about the cat in the background. I
Sounds
usually
like
ask
you're hurting it.
Gemini to give me links.
Look, there's links. That's a great way to do it.
Yeah, so then I
that's
can do
great.
my own research. Chicken, stop. Sorry, hold
I
on.
love that the cat's name is Chicken. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, Anybody else have some fun? Now, if you use AI, remember you're going to hear this in another session today. You want to make sure and quote where you get it from. You know, explain that you're using AI to help you learn. Just be real obvious. We can tell that you guys can't write incomplete sentences, most of you. So we know when you've copied and pasted Mr. Albus. Not Carter. I know Tanner. I know how Tanner works. So then there's slides. How many of you turn in slides? You guys are the least responsive group. Thank you. Oh, there's a few people. Okay, awesome.
Everybody should be raising their hands.
Because basically all of you turn in slides. Yeah, you're all big liars if you don't. But there's a whole bunch of different slides you guys can find.
I hate
Templates here.
slides.
There's a template gallery so you can find different types. I will also let you know that one of my favorite places to find different kinds of slides is called Slide Carnival. And there you can even have themes here. So they have all sorts of different kinds of slides and things. You can make them in Canva. It'll sometimes show you, you can make them in Google Slide here, like a mini natural disasters lesson. You can find different, so if you hit Canva, that's another Google, not a Google, it's a Google accessible. Cool thing about Canva is if you're using ChatGPT, sometimes it can help you create things for it. But say I want like my background to have leaves in it. I can click there and it will help me find different templates. And this one, this yellow symbol means it's in Google Slides. And when I click on it, it'll ask me to make a copy. And you can just use the template right here. Now it's going to open in my Google Drive. And so my background's all set up. Once it kind of loads, it takes a second, obviously, because I'm into 50 different things at once today. But it'll give you all kinds of different formats that match. Does that make sense? So now, I don't want this in this folder. I'm going to organize it by hitting the little folder sign right there. Did everybody see that over here? There's this little folder sign and the star. So if I want to keep this forever, I can hit star and it'll ask me where I want it starred. And it'll stay in my star, and then, or I can hit organize and rename. So I might want to put it in one of my locations that's in my drive under a certain folder, and I can just move to my book study. Now this is living in that place in my drive, and I can always find it, and I can update this piece. So that's one way to do that piece. So that's one of the reasons I like Slide Carnival. Now, Dr. Easter Day's here, and we're done almost.
Did you show up?
Yep, he was meeting with CSI, I guess, and they don't care about our schedule. So Dr. Easter Day, are you here? I've been showing kids tons of things. Maybe he actually has something.
Okay, now you can hear me. Yes, I've been, yeah, CSI doesn't care. They just make phone calls and keep you on the phone for like 12 hours. So I apologize because my phone was going off. So what have you showed them?
I've been all over, man. Like, we talked a lot about stuff. So if you have some stuff prepped, I'll just let you jump in. If we've already talked about it, they'll give you a thumbs down. Can you guys do that? Help me.
So what do you all want to talk about?
We've looked at slides. We've looked at the task list. We've also looked at calendars, how to organize our drive a little bit.
Okay, yeah, let me just pull some stuff up here. I just gotta be able to share my screen here. Okay. All right, so I'll try to speed this through since it's only supposed to be 25 more or 5 more minutes. I just got to see if I can find one of the 5,000 tabs that are open here today. Maybe this one will work. All right. Can you guys see this now? Everybody's good. Thumbs up.
Yay.
Show my screen anyways. There we go. Everybody's good now. All right, excellent. So what questions do you guys have about the Drive, Google Drive?
They really don't. We're just showing them different things. So maybe you can show them how to create new things. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, no, that'd be great. So I'm usually a little more organized than I am showing here, but I like to have lots of folders. So that's kind of what it is. That helps me organize. And so like what I've always told kids is have a folder for each class. So if you're doing some work for a class, be able to throw it in there. So if you're in, history B or, dual credit biology or English 11 or whatever, have a folder for that, because that's something that you can always use throughout your entire career. And so, like I said, you can always access it. It's a good resource. You might even be able to use some of that stuff. So to make a folder is pretty easy. Click on the little caret thing up here and just say, hey, I want a new folder. And then you just title that folder. Okay. So if you haven't, has anybody not done this before? We've done it. Yes, no. Okay. All right. So you're just going to create it. You just type in the blue and it pops up, and then you can start adding things. So let's just do this just to kind of show a little bit. Let's just do test. We're going to create the test. So now it pops up in my Drive. So let's say I want to, oops, why can't I get over here again? Let's say I want to come here and now make a document. So I use my Google Doc. You guys use this all the time. The same process goes for Google Slides, Google Sheets. All of it is the same. And so anytime you create a new sheet, you can then say, okay, I've created the sheet. And when you get it up here, you're just going to say, English test. And once you've done that, now you can click the little folder button right here. Click that little folder. You say move. I want to move it. Where do I want to move it? I want to move it to my Drive. Okay. And then you just move it right in there. And then you always know that it's in that area of test. How's that? Is that all right? You guys good with that? That's probably the one you're going to use the most, right? And I mean, some of classes you'll use slides. I know a lot of my classes in biology and things like that, there won't be so many slides. You'll be making like an infographic or something like that that's in a Google Doc or something like that. And it's still the same process. You just do it in there, save it into where that's at. And then you can come back at it later on. And I always tell kids to save your work, because if you're planning to go to college and you haven't taken some dual credits, sometime you can use your high school work if it was really good and submit it in college. I'm not going to, lie about that. I did it when I was a freshman in college. I was like, yeah, hey, I did a good job on that high school English paper. And you know what? I submitted it and I passed English 101 because of that. So there's nothing wrong with doing that if you wrote a real good thing or made some good projects to use them in other things. And we encourage it here, so if you've done something great in science, and I see that it's related, I'm going to say, hey, go to Mr. Clayson and he might accept this. Maybe Mrs. Jo, she might accept this in her English class. So we like to bundle things together on topics, and so save those in those folders so that you can always access it. Sound good? Do y'all have any questions? Does anybody not know how to make Google Slides? We're all good on Google Slides?
So we just did a little on Google Slides. I showed them how to find new slide backgrounds as well.
Okay. well then, we can take a couple seconds here. I need to close out of this one, I think. Is that right? Oh, I think I closed out of the whole thing. Actually, I closed my whole screen, I believe. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, well, I'm going to stop sharing for 2 seconds. I'm going to get back into my let's do this. Okay. Okay, so let me get this. Pull up the Google Slides. All right, now I can get back over and share. Maybe it's not going to be so messy. Now it's saying don't. Okay. Okay. All right. So has everybody show me thumbs up, thumbs down so I know, because I just don't want to bore you to death. Have you used Google Slides before? Okay. Hudson says yes. It's awesome. George, yes. Cody. All right. Excellent. So do you have any questions on Google Slides? Cody, you no questions, or you have a question? No questions. So, okay. Let's see. I don't know. Mr. Clayson, they probably won't use slides. Well, they might. What do you think? Will they use Sheets much?
What was that, Troy?
Will the kids use Sheets much? I know in science they don't use it a lot.
Probably not a ton. We didn't go over that with Scott, so I don't know if you just want to just do a brief intro.
Yeah. So of course I'm just going to say it, and you probably heard this from Mr. Corgatelli. Your email is your most important tool in Google. You're going to check that daily. If not once, you're going to check it twice or 3 times, depending upon the time it is. I would encourage you all, while you're working on your classes, keep it open. You just don't know when a teacher might send an invite, maybe to a meeting or whatever. Get those things out there. I know I sent invites the other day, and I've got fairly good response, but not great response back. And I send emails all the time, until I get to the point we have the meeting. And if it's better for you to call or text, we'll do that. So Gmail, you need to have that thing open all the time and stuff while you're working on your schoolwork. And then the calendar as well. If you want to go into the calendar, I'm going to show you calendar first because this is really, really important. Okay.
We did cover a little calendar stuff too.
You did. Okay. So if I look at my calendar, and this looks a little wonkier than it did this morning, so I'm not sure it's because I'm probably sharing, but always check when those meetings are. Accept those invites from your teachers, your mentors, whoever's there, because we're going to set up that time for y'all. And to find a way to access it, it's just like today when I went on the meeting, to get onto this meeting real fast, I just went over here and I said, hey, I'm going to click on the Google tools. Okay. And then I just click on that meeting, it'll pop up, so make sure that's how you get to there. You can always email me, or any teacher as well, if you forget some of this, but honestly, your calendar and your Gmail is going to be your most important tools in Google, outside of probably your Google Docs, than your Google Slides. So any questions there? Are we good? Gmail. Okay.
Kind of the end of the time now. So
yeah, I've went a little bit over because I was late. Honestly, Sheets, if we need to have another time that we have another one of these, we can go over specifically in Sheets. I just don't see that probably much use in it. But it's
maybe
kind of
like with a math class, do you think?
I don't know. They might use it in a math class.
It's kind of like Excel, if you guys know anything about Excel.
Yeah. I mean, I can click on it wherever my deal's at. Here we go. Share this tab. Okay. So Google Sheets is just like a spreadsheet. Okay. I know we use them as educators a lot. And you're just able to put things in you're able to put things in the deal. You can come back up here and you can say, hey, I want to insert a row above. It inserts a row and above. Those are things that you used all the time. There's a lot of little tools that give you, increase your decimals. I know we use it a lot for that. Okay. Okay. So Hudson, you did use it at your old school for math. Awesome. So yeah, that's it. Any questions? Because I don't want to keep you. I know you guys got schedules and things yourself. I apologize for being late, but College of Southern Idaho, they don't seem to wait. They don't seem to wait for things.
Just a couple quick announcements. Like, just remember, reach out to your mentor to sign up for MOS, and also put on your calendar September 11th. We're going to Boise. So all this boys are going to finally be with us somewhere. We're going to go to the legislature for half the day, and and Kendall, that's right, you're there too. And then we're going to go in the afternoon. We're going to go to Wahoo's for about 6 hours. So,
yep.
September 11th, add it to your calendar now.
Yep. And I sent you all out. I know Parker, Hudson, I know you guys are my mentees. We have a meeting tomorrow at 4. I'm just trying to look. Jaylee, I see is on here as well. She is. Kendall. And let's see, yeah, Parker. So quite a few of my mentees are on. I will be here on 4 o'clock. Is there anybody, as far as my mentees, that cannot make it and has time just to talk and meet right now? Hudson, can you make it tomorrow? You're good. Okay, you're 4. Parker, you're all right. Okay, Jaylee, I can't see your thumb. Let's see if I can find you all, because there's like 8 others in here. Jaylee, if you just want to say yes, you're going to make it, or no, you're not going to, just unmute your mic.
Sorry, I'm at work, but yes, I will.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Sorry about that. Kendall, how are you? Are you going to be able to make it?
Yeah, I should be able to.
Okay. All right. And Parker said yes. So I think that's all of you. All right. Any more questions or any questions you guys have? Okay. For my mentees, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 4. For everybody else, good luck in your school year. If you have any questions, run in Google and want to schedule a time, I can definitely schedule times with you guys, or you can email me. Sound good? All right.
Yep.
Have a good day. You guys got any questions? All right.